About you and your views. Let's welcome our great British voices, their opportunity to be on the show and tell us what they think about the topics we're discussing. Today I've got four of you. Yeah, great. I'm going to start with Lee in Bedfordshire. Lee, what do you think?
Hello, Nana. Now, I'm one of these people that come from a so-called deprived background. I had lino on the floor from when I lived as a child in a council house, frost on the windows, and we even had to pick up coal to heat the house up from Newbigham Beach in the sea coal. So we used to pick that up. So I made the choice not to enter the criminal justice system, and like very many of my friends who also come from similar backgrounds. So I don't believe that people from a deprived background should get sort of like anything special, or should be treated specially legally in the courts. And that's simply because there's one thing, it's choice, it's personal responsibility. Your own personal responsibility for the choices that you make, and that's it. And that's what it should be based on.
Well, let's get it down in Hull. I haven't seen you for a while, Dan, and without the hat. Go on, what do you think?
Sarah hairstyle with Danny. I thought Peter made some good points earlier. And what did you say about Qatar, Nana? You were cut off by Stella.
Well, basically in Qatar, they have a very strict regime. You saw what happened at the World Cup, and no one was arrested. I don't think anyone ended up in prison for 6 months because they knew that the punishment was serious. And the Qataris don't mess around.
Yes, a friend of mine just got back from Dubai, and one of the first things she noticed out there was that people leave their cars unlocked and they leave their houses unlocked. And when she asked why, they told her that if you caught stealing, they chop off your hands. That's one of the punishments. So it does work if the state is tougher on crime, then there is a deterrent there. So I understood what Peter was saying. But also Stella was making the point about low-level crime. They should be more lenient, and this is where these sentencing guidelines come in. But what kind of a message is that sending? And also, if it's to do with people who are discriminated against, that means migrants, right, or people from a migrant background. So not only is it discriminatory against the working class, it's also outright racist, because what they're saying is that these people don't know as good as we do. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right, thank you for that. Very succinct. Good to talk to you again. Alan, you're there in London. Alan, what's your thoughts?
Hi there, Nana. Well, I think mixed and fuzzy messages actually help no one, certainly not the young. What we need is zero tolerance, a good deterrent. And, I was actually, this week I saw a video of a guy stabbing a guy on a train at Shortlands. And, it's on social media, it's been on TV. This is a train I use with my family and my two kids. So, I don't care if that guy is from a deprived background. If he is guilty, I want to see him in prison for a very long time. So, we're going in the wrong direction. If deprivation causes crime, then sort out the deprivation. Don't modify the legal system that works perfectly well.
Right, let's go
and is the envy of the rest of the world.
It's not really the envy of the rest of the world. It's not going to push
But
it.
you to be.
No, it's a laughing stock. Brian Dugan in Solihull.
Yeah, I agree with Alan. I think Peter made the point earlier as well, Nana, that address the causes of deprivation, and then we're going to the root of the problem. The judges already take into account the circumstances when it's judged case by case. So there are mitigating factors all the time factored in. I suppose these are kind of perhaps mitigations that might be derided by some, but that's why I agree with Alan. I agree with Peter. Let's address the cause. Yeah, exactly. And then we can have a uniform system.
Exactly, that's better, isn't it? That's what we should be doing, but why they're tinkering around with this and that. Brian Dugan in Solihull, thank you very much. Alan Cook in London, Dan Bryan in Hull, and Lee Webb in Bedfordshire. Thank you for your thoughts for today. I've been asking should the course be more lenient with those from a deprived background, with lots of you getting in touch. Daniela says, I think it depends on the crime committed. If it's shoplifting to feed the family because of property that possibly not their fault, and government should be responsible for the circumstances. Ben says, no, I come from one of those backgrounds. I know what's legal and what's not. I choose to stay within the boundaries of the law. We're all capable of making our own minds up about our behaviour. Irene says, being honest and respectful costs nothing. Absolutely. Well, stay tuned on the way. Click